Da-da-da-da, 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 da-da-da-da. I'm in a October kind of mood. A love-hate relationship with something is just the same as having a coin, which it has two different sides. You still have the whole coin, but on this side you have one thing and on the other side you have the other, but you still want to keep that coin. I want to do a conversational type tag that the only question is give 3 examples of your love-hate relationship with writing and the writing process itself. You can give more than 3 if you have more than 3. And if you don't actually have 3 and you're blessed and we all hate you because you don't, that's fine too. But at least one example of your love-hate relationship with the writing process. My first example for my love-hate relationship with writing is the alone aspect. I love it and I kind of hate it. I really, really work well alone. Not that I don't work well working with others, but I kill when I get to work alone. And it's my preferred way of doing just about everything. Just when I know that something that I need to get done has no human interference whatsoever, I am a beast at getting some stuff done. I am. I know this. And unless you are doing a collaboration of some sort, and even aspects of that will still have you alone, being a writer means you're going in it by your lonesome. Nature of the beast. Most days, I am 100% okay with that process. In fact, most days, I love it. I love it. I get lost inside my world, and my worlds are fun. So I don't mind spending time there with no one else but the people that I created. But admittedly, there are some days where it is really lonely. It's that moment when you understand the difference between being alone and being lonely, because they are not the same. They are not. You can be in a crowd full of people and still feel very much alone. And on some days, knowing that writing is just pretty much what I do, 24/7, it can get to you. And when it gets to you, it can really make you sad. Another thing that I really love is the massive, massive amount of support that I get from strangers. It warms my soul to have people who don't even know me, beyond my name, that they reach out to me and they want to know more about my characters, or they want to know about the book or what's going on or other books or me in general. It warms me. It's like I have a tribe, and my tribe is awesome. Yeah. I do a lot of tweets and a lot of Facebook posts, and I post little teasers here and there. And, people come back to me, they'll laugh or they'll, whatever the teaser was about. Some of them are funny, some are steamy, some are like, dun, 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 drop the bomb kind of stuff. But it just warms my soul when people write to me and where they contact me in some kind of way. And they're like, oh my goodness, Aphrodite, that was so this or that was so that. It's just so amazing. It's such an amazing feeling that, you start to feel like what you're doing is worth something other than the fact that you love the characters. To know that other people are digging the story and the characters and the worlds is just a blessing, a blessing. I went to a screening where there were some local directors, that I work with, like either I crew up on their shoots or they crew up on mine, and we have a really good network. But I don't know them all personally because we all don't do the same things. And one of the directors walked up to me and he just looked me dead in the face and he was like, "Oh, Aphrodite, how's your book going?" And I'm thinking, how does he know anything about my book? Like I haven't. Oh yeah, I forgot. Social media, you dummy. You put it out there. That's how people know. So I was like, "Oh, that's so sweet of you to ask. I'm real happy about blah 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 wherever I was in the process at the time." And he goes, you know, "Oh, that Spencer character. Ooh, yeah, I can't wait to see what happens next to him." I'm like, did he just name a character? Did he literally just name one of the characters and say he can't wait to see what else happens to him? So he actually was reading this stuff? I almost fainted. Almost fainted. It was so awesome. I literally felt the whole inside of my body glow. Like, wow. And so I don't know what expression I gave him, but he was like, "Are you okay?" I'm like, "Oh yeah, I'm just really happy that you're liking the story." He's like, "Oh yeah, yeah." And it did. The fact that it was a dude too, I was really like, guys are gonna like the book too. Oh my god. So anyway, before I get too far, I love that support from people who don't even really know me. But the other side of that coin is it breaks my heart how I can't get family to give a damn. I have my voice is shaking. It's okay. I have so much family and I have a lot of friends, and this does not count for every friend. I do have some friends who are like cheerleaders, do not get me wrong. I do. But there are so many people in my immediate life, family and friends, who absolutely, give me so much shade about this. I have no family whatsoever, people who I am friggin' related to, who have read this book, who have read passages, who have read a chapter in this book. None. Not one. None of them care. And that really hurts. Like, I try to move past the fact that it hurts because it's like, don't beg people to be a part of what you're doing or whatever. But it still really hurts. Like, wow, really? There are people walking up to me who don't know me beyond my name and that I write who are giving more love than the people who should love me unconditionally. It's messed up. And if I sound really bitter about that, it's because I am. Because I, on the other hand, can count the thousands of times where anybody in my family has come to me with whatever they have going on, or friends have come to me with what they have going on, and I drop everything to participate, to, whatever I was needed for. If you needed me to read your story, I sure did it. Or if you had a project that you wanted to do, and I'm the first person you call, because I'm always the first person everybody friggin' calls, because I never say no. Working on it. But I don't understand why I don't get it back. And I'm really tired of feeling like the black sheep in this family. So yeah, it hurts. And then my friends who are like, "Oh yeah, I'll read it." I can count on one hand. And that's really sad. And it makes me really sad. So, support. Have it and I don't have it. That's one other aspect. The last thing I want to talk about is overactive imagination. Not too many things on this planet brings me the most joy than my ridiculously overactive imagination. I constantly come up with ideas for new stories or new characters or twists or subplots or subplots or all kinds of madness. And it makes me grin. I can't help it. My brain does not shut off. It is amazing. I have so many fantasy worlds and craziness going on inside my head. I never actually have to pick up another book. I can just play the reels of craziness that's going on in my brain. Watch them like a movie. Because, yeah. Unless you are really used to being around me, it's probably even hard to have a conversation with me. Because I could literally be in the middle of the most innocent talk with a friend. Or, when I do talk to family or a stranger. And immediately, all kinds of flickers go off in my head for ideas of stuff to do. Stuff to write. Oh my goodness, I could do this passage. Oh wow, that'd be great for this. It's crazy, but it's so great. Like, I love that my brain does that. And it's also the reason why I hate it. Yeah, I hate it. It can be a really big burden. Oh my God, these characters just never shut up. They never shut up. I'm serious. It's a sickness at this point. When folk talk about writer's block, I just shake my head. I have no idea what that feels like. Now, with what I like to refer to as writer's flood, doesn't mean that it still doesn't hold me up in some kind of way, because it can still, quote unquote, block me. I don't have the problem with not coming up with anything to write or not knowing what to do next. I have the problem with having 8,000 different things to write and not being able to concentrate on one enough to get anything done. So it can be equally blocky. You know what I mean? Having writer's flood can really, really, really hinder process. Really. I have had to have more than one tab open at a time, working on different things at a time, in order to be able to work on the thing I really want to, just because the other things won't quiet down. Unless I dump as much info as I can of the new stuff that's just screaming to be heard. Screaming. And Lord help me. Don't let me be working on a particular story and come up with an idea for maybe a scene in another book, but that character doesn't feel like that's how he would do something or she would do something, then that's a big ass argument in my head. Yes, I do realize that makes me crazy. Yes, I do. I realize it. I've said before in other videos, I am crazy. But it's like, well, I wouldn't say that. Let's do this. It really does do that to me. But that same craziness that causes me to have to hear everybody talking really gives me some good shit to talk about and write down. So I am not going to knock it. I just wish that I had better control. Of course, having better control probably would take away the gift. So ignore what I just said, universe. I'll deal with it. I'll deal with both sides of this coin. Okay. Anybody out there who's watching this, do this tag. What is your love-hate relationship with the writing process? I would love to hear it. Please, if you do it, tag me in it. So until next time, you know what to do.
I don't think I do it good, no, I think I do it great. They would do it if they could, they can't do it so they hate. Everybody wanna look, but nobody wanna play. Stealing eyes like a crook while I put it on display. I don't do it by the book, no, I do my own thing. That's why every single hook got them singing like me. And I ain't in any rush, cause I'm finally getting paid. Don't believe